my dears. In our today's session, we shall just learn our natural disasters. Many changes occurs in nature from time to time. As we know that in our nature, many changes occur from time to time. These changes may be in the form of rain, storm, earthquakes, or volcanic eruptions. As we have already learned, many changes occurs in the nature where they might be in the form of rain, storms, earthquakes, or volcanic eruptions. Like storms, volcanic eruptions too can cause heavy damage to life and property. Here life means not only human beings, even they causes damage to many animals, plants and etc. It also causes damage to our property, and in our today's session let us learn more about volcanoes. Volcanoes are the cracks in the earth crust out of which magma comes out. Where you are observing the picture, that is magma is coming out from the earth crust. It means that earth is getting cracked, and magma which is present in the earth crust is earth mantle which is coming out to the earth crust reaches the earth crust through a cracks where you have observed the cracks. Cracks Volcanoes are usually found in the form of conical mountains. Conical mountains means a peak mountains. A lot of pressure builds up underground which pushes up the magma. It means that where pressure is created under the mountain, and that pressure pushes up the magma which is present in the mantle to the earth crust. Magma which is coming upwards through a vertical tunnel, where that vertical tunnel is called a vent and fills a hollow opening called the crater at the top where you are observing. The magma bursts out of the crater where it brings along with it hot gases, dust and ashes, where while magma is coming out from the vent, it brings out some hot gases, dust and ashes too. When magma reaches the earth's surface, it is called as lava. Whenever after coming out, after bursting, after after volcanic eruption is occurring, the lava which is coming out is called as magma which is coming out. When it reaches the earth's surface, then it is called as lava. Lava, whenever it is cooled, it solidifies and forms rock. According to the frequency of eruption, volcanoes are of three types. According to the frequency, at what pressure it is going to erupt. According to that frequency, there are three types, where first one is active, second one is dormant, and third one is extinct, where these are the three types of volcanoes where we should study these. Active volcanoes are those that may erupt at any time or have erupted in the recent. Active volcanoes are nothing but volcanoes which is going to erupt or where it is erupted very recent past. Many active volcanoes are found around the Pacific Ocean, where you are observing the Pacific Ocean, giving rise to the name called Pacific Ring, where you are observing Pacific Ring of Fire in the red color. Mount Everest, Mount Verus, Mount Fuji and Mount Erebus are the examples, some examples for active volcanoes, where they are well known example for the active volcanoes. Dormant volcanoes are those volcanoes that have not erupted for several years, where they are quite or silent, but could erupt in future, and they might erupt where Andaman and Nicobar Islands are the in such islands, Mount Kilimanjaro and in Tanzania, these kind of dormant volcanoes are still exist, where these volcanoes are quite for now, and they might get erupted in future. Such type of volcanoes are dormant volcanoes. Extinct volcanoes are those that are not expected to erupt in future, where they have already erupted in past, but they are expected that they will not erupt in future. Some islands have been formed by the eruption of undersea volcanoes. Volcanoes even occurs from the undersea. From such type of volcanoes, some islands are also formed. The Emperor Seamount chain in the Pacific Ocean, where you are observing Emperor Seamount chain in the Pacific Ocean, and the Earth while volcano volcanoes in the Netherlands are the examples of the extinct volcanoes, where these are the examples of extinct volcanoes. Now we shall just move on with our next topic, that is earthquake. Earthquakes. What is this earthquake? Earthquake is also known as quake. Earthquake is also known as quake, or a tremor is a sudden movement of a part of the earth surface. Such type of movement of earth surface for a sudden is known as earthquake. It is caused by the severe shock waves that travel through solid rocks from under the ground to the surface of the earth, where these are formed from the waves which travel through the solid to the surface of the underground to the surface of the earth. Underground, where earthquake begins, is called as focus. Where earthquake begin at the center is called as focus, and the corresponding spot on the surface of the earth is called as the epicenter, the point at which earth is going to get shake. That point is called as epicenter. During Gujarat earthquake of 2001, where in Gujarat in 2001 earthquake occurred, which was the epicenter. When earthquake occurred in 2001, Gujarat was the epicenter. After the first big quake, after the big earthquake, the smaller earthquakes or tremors may continue, or they might occur. Where the small or a tremors earthquake which occur after the large earthquake are called aftershocks. These occurs when rocks that have been moved out of the place start falling back into the place. Whenever you are throwing one stone from the place, and if you are just, which is bigger one, not about a small piece of stone but a huge rocks, you just, whenever it comes back to its original place, you get little disturbed. That thing is called as earthquake in general. In Nepal, earthquake of 2015, aftershocks were felt for many days. Aftershocks felt for many days. Do you know we can also measure earthquake? At what rate earthquake has happened? For measuring the earthquake, what it means that at what strength it had occurred, we use an instrument to identify the measurement and the strength of the earthquake. That instrument is called as seismograph, where you are seeing in the screen. It measures or records the intensity. It means that at what rate or in the what direction the earthquake had occurred, and it even records the duration of the earthquake. It even records the duration of earthquake. The intensity of an earthquake can be determined from the recordings which are made by the seismograph, where even that seismograph is having a scale. That scale is known as Richter scale, where you are observing in the right side. That scale is known as Richter scale. Using that we can identify the intensity of earthquake. Ultimate levels can be measured on the Richter scale, where even at the high point, if earthquake is going to occur, that thing also we can measure in the Richter scale. An earthquake, especially a strong one, always causes huge damage, where you are seeing, where it causes huge destruction to the properties, human life, and it not only for human but also causes many damage to our environment. Buildings may develop cracks or even fall down, where you are observing many roads are also break down. It is because of earthquakes. Bridges gets damaged, trees, where bridges gets damaged, trees get uprooted. It means that trees just comes up and it even falls on the human beings. Many peoples even die because of this earthquake. By getting trapped under these slabs that have fallen down, where if we are trapping the earthquakes, that can also occur under the water or under the sea. We can also trap using that seismometer at what place the earthquake is going to occur. It might be under sea or it might be on the earth's surface. Earthquake can cause other disasters such as tsunami, where we shall now move on with our next topic, that is tsunami. Tsunami, it can cause landslides and fires. Tidal tsunami is the damage which is even caused by the earthquake. Where tsunami is a tidal wave, it is also known as tidal wave. Tsunami is a tidal wave, is a periodic rise and fall of the sea level where it is caused by the gravitational force. Acting between the sea and moon, where eclipse occurs, you already know that it is also a cause for this tsunami. According to your textbook, a tsunami is a series of huge water waves caused by the underwater disturbance such as earthquake or an volcanic eruptions, where it is. And you should also know that waves are tides are nothing but a small waves which occur in a water, but tsunami is of a very height and which even causes many damage to the human beings. Large amounts of water move at a great speed, and as the wave reaches the earth's surface or the land, they swell up into gigantic waves, where whenever they rise up in the sea and whenever they touch the land level, they just become gigantic waves and they swallow whatever they get. Japanese tsunami is a Japanese word where it means that harbor wave. The tsunami in 2004 was caused by an earthquake, where tsunami in Japan was caused by earthquake in the Indian Ocean. In Indian Ocean, an earthquake occurred. Because of that earthquake, tsunami occurred in 2004, and a lot of people in the coastal areas of Turman, Ever and Kerala died. Only because of this tsunami, they died. Many people lost their properties and they have devastated the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and even the islands of Indonesia, and not only Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the islands of Indonesia, Sri Lanka was also affected tsunami, and where by the natural disasters. My dears, now just we shall recall what we have learnt in our today's lesson, that is natural disasters. That is, volcanoes may be active, dormant or extinct, where these are the three types of volcanoes. Earthquakes are caused by severe shock waves that travel through the solid rocks from the earth crust to the surface. Earthquakes can also happen under the sea. The strength of earthquake is determined by using an instrument called seismograph. Tsunami is caused by undersea earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, or it might also be caused due to landslides. My dears, I hope you have understood the chapter of natural disasters and I'll send you the notes. Thank you.